So in this video, we have a 69-year-old woman who likes to, maybe 69, I don't know how good her hips and her knees are anymore, but she's a hoe by her admittance. But here's the thing, I shouldn't say that, I'm making jokes, but she is I got off track. I should try again. Take two. She's still a hoe, but why does she do her hoe-tivities at 69? At least she's in the 1 percentile for her bracket. So I guess, hey, that's something.
My hip is just killing me. 3 old dogs for 1 old lady. My name is Michelle Hardenbrook, and I am 69 years old, almost 70. Oh, I'm also in the top 1% of OnlyFans, which is very exciting to me. I've been in the 1% since I started in January of 2020. Good morning. I'm gonna fuck this big black cock. I just had an orgasm, so give me a minute here. A friend of mine had suggested a number of different platforms.
It's extremely sad to see somebody pushed to the brink of almost the edge because of their health and not having the money, the job, or the health care to keep their body and their heart in order. Sadly, this lady, in order to keep her heart pumping and in order, she had to give up part of her spirit and become a, well, lady of the evening.
You know, the day after surgery, I couldn't be having clients up here. There's no way. And then I posted on Twitter that I now had an OnlyFans page. And it was shortly thereafter that I started asking for volunteers to come and have sex with me so I could film the content to put on my OnlyFans. Anthony!
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You look good.
It's been a long time. Okay, let's go up. I don't move too fast right now.
Slow down, huh?
Well, I need a new hip.
It's very common that the older we get that we have hip problems. So I'm not shocked that as she's taking that flight up the stairs, that she's probably going to tumble down spiritually too, that she's struggling. And this man is still willing to fuck her, seeing that she's in pain, seeing that she's obviously struggling, but he's still interested in his own personal thing. It's sad.
I don't move too fast right now.
Slow down, huh?
Well, I need a new hip.
Wow.
I get a lot of guys wanting to volunteer. And the first question I always ask is, are you in New Orleans? Because I've had an awful lot of guys volunteer and then not show up. We need to discuss what we're going to do. Do you want just head?
I mean, we could do the whole thing if you want.
You want head and then sex?
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you okay with a condom?
Yeah.
I also asked, do you have proof of COVID vaccination? And normally that's when the conversation ends, because a lot of people do not have the COVID vaccination, and they're not coming into my house. I'm not risking my life. We're wrong. Bet you missed that.
The irony that her concern isn't that she's fucking strangers. No, but that she's concerned about, did they get the CV shot, because she's not gonna die for it. But you will invite random strangers to have sex with. No harm there.
But this video, it changed everything. I went from 239 followers on Twitter to 66,000. Well, one of those followers was a rap star of some renown. He had seen it and retweeted it with kind of a nasty comment. Who would fuck someone like this? And then he retweeted that, and I almost blocked him. But then I thought, any advertising is good, because that month I made $33,000.
What do you think it is about that tweet that people are drawn to?
I think because I was asking for volunteers, and so many people think that after you reach a certain age, you don't have sex. That's the bottom line. That it's a young person's thing to do. Probably nobody wants to picture their parents having sex. And you sure don't want to picture your grandparents having sex. It's like, oh, surely they're over that. 2020, I've made $205,361.49.
Is that more than you've made?
Oh, honey. That is more than I have ever made in my life. I have been well below the poverty level for most of my life. So when I got into this kind of work, suddenly I didn't have to make choices of whether I was going to buy a box of Kleenex or a gallon of milk. Kleenex was a luxury to me.
It would be easy to judge. It would be easy to look at this woman and simply say, oh, she's just a hoe. Fuck it. She deserves whatever she gets. But does she really? Because once you hear her story and what happened and what brought her to this point, my hope is that you have compassion. Not everything is as it seems. Compassion is key. Do you think this lady really wants to be doing this, or is she really doing this to support her family? You be the judge. Or let's not be the judge. Instead, let's show compassion. Maybe even lend a hand. Not one that's going like this, though. Not that type.
I was a project manager for a commercial real estate investment company. And I thought it would be the last job I would ever have. My boss sold the company, and I was no longer needed. I was suddenly 55 years old and unemployed. That was a shocker, because I couldn't find another job. And while they are not supposed to ask you your age, many people did. The only job that I was offered was $10 an hour. And, you know, it's like, I'm not going back to that. And a friend of mine suggested that I do full body centrist massage with happy endings. And I said, well, that sounds nice. What is it? Because I didn't have a clue, because I hadn't had sex in 12 years. So he explained it to me, and I said, well, I could do that. And I bought a massage table and advertised on Craigslist. And in the first 4 days, I had 25 appointments. And some of them would ask me, you know, if I offered more. So it was sort of a gradual progression with the escort work. So then I started building a client base. Going to see a brand new doctor, a dermatologist, to see if I've got skin cancer. I'm kind of worried, but since it was examined just within a few months of my noticing it, if it is skin cancer, it's been caught early. And it kind of is like the least of my worries right now. My biggest worry is my heart. I have major issues with my heart, and we don't know what they are yet. We won't know what they are until the 26th, when I go in and have my 2 tests done. I already have identified, I have an abdominal aortic aneurysm. It's right here. And if that bursts, I'll be dead within a minute, which causes the scariest thing to happen. I get breathless, doing nothing. And when I go to lay down in bed at night, then I can't breathe. And it feels like you're going to die. I'm limited because I get so breathless. And so I have to have a job that will pay me a good income and not take a lot out of me, especially if I end up having open heart surgery. I have informed my cardiologist I have to live. I have a disabled adult son that I care for and support, and I can't die yet. Not yet. I put $2,000 a month towards buying my son a house, because my biggest fear is that I will die and he will have no place to live. And the idea of my son being homeless breaks my heart. He's my boy. And it is my job to take care of him. And so I put as much money away as I can every month, and I don't touch it for any reason. I live within my budget.
Are you afraid?
Now, the fact that she's willing to go to this extreme in order to keep not only her health in order, but she takes care of a special needs son. She takes her money from her hortivities to put aside for her son's house because he's special needs and she's worried that he's not going to be able to maintain on his own. The burden she must carry. I was going to say the load, but that's too pun-ish. A pun on top of a pun. And it's not fun.
You know, I've somehow managed to get to almost 70 years of age, and I finally am at a place in my life where I don't have to worry about money every blasted minute of every day. And so, yeah, I'm real proud of myself because I came into my own. I became my own woman. I am beholden to no one. There comes a point in time in every woman's life where she has to embrace who she is and be all right with it. Not make any excuses. And if someone doesn't like it, fuck them.